in this video I'm gonna make clear what they don't tell you about breathing. And the reason it's important to be clear on this is because there's the conversation about breathing in the context of yoga, but that's not the whole picture. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for stretching. I'm a big advocate of yoga. Yoga's great. The problem is that when we think of yoga and when we have a dialogue about yoga, there's automatically the association between Eastern, and then it goes to Eastern medicine, and then the next thing is not backed by science. That's the association that we have. So we have, you know, Western medicine, which not all of it, but some of it is backed by science. It's based on what can be seen and observed. And then Eastern medicine, which is claimed often by Western medicine to not be legitimate because a lot of it can't be seen or tested or proven. Now, again, this is a separate conversation. It's kind of a rabbit hole that I'd love to go down another time, but I want to focus on, instead of the yoga and breathing, or breathing in the context of yoga, I want to talk about the science that there is so far behind breathing and how it can affect your system, how it can affect your biology and therefore your mental and physical states. A lot of research has been done lately on the effects that good breathing can have and the effects that breathing exercises can have on the biology of the human being. And one person in particular you may have heard of is Wim Hof. And the reason Wim Hof is such a good example and a good person to pay attention to is because he has devoted a lot of his work and a lot of his time in his life to letting the scientific community observe him under the context of the breathing exercises and these hypotheses that he has, so that he can prove that the shit that he's doing is valuable and that it works and that it actually has transformative effects on the human biology. For example, I think the most interesting and notable experiment that he has done so far, or that he has had conducted on him, is one where he had 12 healthy young males who were injected with E. coli, and then 12 healthy young males who were also injected with the E. coli, but who had been shown breathing exercises of Wim's. And so 12 had the breathing exercise, 12 didn't. The 12 that didn't do the breathing exercise previously got very sick, as anyone would being injected with that stuff. And the other group who had been injected but also had practiced a breathing exercise beforehand, were basically none of them got sick. And so his point was that, look, test what happens to the group that has done the breathing exercises alongside a group that hasn't done the breathing exercises, so that I can show you how this breathing method can actually boost the immune system and can change the immune system and can make it so that someone who otherwise would get super sick doesn't actually get sick at all. Among all of the experiments that he's done and all of these deep dives into the biology and how it's connected to breath, he has also done things that have to do with breath hold, and also how ice and submerging oneself in ice can help slow down the heart rate and then actually change the muscle fascia and help it recover quickly from strenuous activity. I mean, the list goes on, but this is someone that has been very influential to me, and not just from listening to him, but from practicing this stuff. You know, for surfing big waves, for surfing at all, for doubling breath capacity, all these different things that I've learned from him, and then I go and practice this stuff. So it's very useful stuff. You know, whatever you're doing, if you're training for a marathon, if you're training to enter a triathlon, if you are doing martial arts, if you're surfing 2-foot waves, if you're surfing 20-foot waves, breathing is very, very useful. You know, the more efficient you are with your breath, the more efficient you are with your activities and therefore your life. So that's my short 2 cents on breathing today, and I'm looking forward to talking more about this in the next video. I'm actually going to talk about how you can reduce and conquer anxiety from correct breathing. Yep, you heard me. How you can get rid of anxiety by focusing on your breath. So I'm gonna show exactly how you can do that and a few exercises, so stay tuned for the next video.